My name is Brian Pillman Jr., and you're watching the Rasslin Rage YouTube channel. Oh!
It's going down! This is Rasslin Rage! It's going down! This is Rasslin Rage! Scream it out loud! This is Rasslin Rage! Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade! It's going down! This is Rasslin Rage! We'll do it now! This is Rasslin Rage! Scream it out loud! This is Rasslin Rage! Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade!
And now it's time for Rasslin Rage with your host, Cody Fleming.
Bada bing, bada boom. Hello to all of you. This is episode 172. That's right, 172 of Rasslin Rage. I am one of your hosts, the man with the plan, the boss man. That's right, Cody Fleming. And joining me tonight is none other than the 5-star, 24-karat flavor general. What else? The leader of the whiteboard army.
Big Cream.
Big Cream. There's something else. What did we call you? Something of the megaphone.
Maestro of the megaphone.
Maestro of the megaphone. The happiest of Harpers. The owner and CEO, CFO, and any other acronym you can come up with that owns the business. Happy Harper Ice Cream. Josh Harper. And as you can see, Dan is not with us because he is doing daddy things for one of the 900 kids.
Dan did have a message for us to purvey to you, the fans of Rasslin Rage and MIW. It was that he is spending time with people that actually deserve him instead of you schmucks. And remember, F you wrestling.
Hey, where are you going?
Like, nowhere. I'm right here. What you talking about?
You missed your opportunity. You're supposed to say F you.
Why am I going to F you?
But you are.
Well, I mean, I am going to F you.
So that's all you got.
Wrestling show.
So there you go. That's all you got to say is F you.
F you, dude.
There you go. See?
Calm down. If it's not in the script, I ain't got to F you.
No, F you.
F you.
Anyways.
Hey, I'd like to say what's up to the Dread King Logan who's in the chat. Hello, Dread King Logan. Of course, Cody's the homeboy. I'm just the cooler one. Now, if you're talking about sponsors of Rasslin Rage and MIW, you got to talk about me, Happy Harper. You can find Happy Harper on Facebook at Happy Harper Ice Cream. There was a small delay in production, but that's been temporarily fixed, so it looks like everything's going good there. So go to our Facebook, see all the different flavors that we have that's going on, all the new stuff that's coming up. Order ice cream if you're in the Port Huron area. If you're not, order it at a wrestling show. Bunch of wrestling shows coming up, and I mean, apparently, if you're watching this, you like wrestling. So hey, I mean, that's good, right? You know what's even better than me supporting people? People supporting me. Thank you to all the people that support me, like you, the many customers, the many fans that talk about my awesome ice cream. You, the person not looking down, the person that's looking down and not paying attention to your own show right now. Thank you, Cody Fleming. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Dread King Logan. Thank you, everyone else that supports the happiest of Harper. But thank you to Jeremiah Goldman of 24 Karat Lion Productions for supporting me, the best part of this show. You're an amazing person. Thank you for putting your faith in me. It's well-deserved.
Ooh, new Dread King promo dropping soon for RPW, I believe.
Ooh. Nice.
You know what I'd like to talk about?
What's that?
BCWA. You know what I miss? BCWA.
Right?
But please follow them on their Facebook at GoBCWA or head on over to their website, gobcwa.com. When things start opening up, we will definitely be there for sure. But we have results from 3 shows, 2 from Pro Wrestling All-Stars, and 1. No, this is not correct. That is not correct. We have Pro Wrestling All-Stars and Independence Pro Wrestling. So only 2 shows. This was not fixed.
Hey, it's not perfect. If you don't like it, F you.
But then we do have, what is it, Independence Pro Wrestling from Grand Rapids, right?
Yep.
And then we had Pro Wrestling All-Stars in Melvindale.
Melvindale.
Where's that at? Of course, you know where. The Play Atlantis. Duh. Duh. Anyway, so when we come back, we will talk about those results and maybe we'll talk about something else. I got something I want to get off my chest.
It's time to talk about Michigan independent wrestling. Tune into the channel, check your internet connection. Cody, Danny, Josh, they're the best at breaking down the matches into each and every segment. Michigan independent wrestling. Tune into the channel, check your internet connection. Cody, Danny, Josh, they're the best at breaking down the matches into each and every segment.
Rasslin Rage T-shirts are available on ProWrestlingTees.com/Rasslin Rage. Just click the link in the description to visit our store on Pro Wrestling Tees website. Every shirt is 100% cotton and available in sizes up to 5X. Show your love for Rasslin Rage and get yours today. And we're back. That's right. So who is or was the best Pro Wrestling All-Stars champion of all time? And why, in fact, is it the Dread King Logan? That's a good discussion topic. So first up tonight, we have results from Pro Wrestling All-Stars of Detroit as they brought Sky is the Limit. I wish I had a soundboard so we could hit that. Sky is...
Oh, not that one.
No.
Okay.
Not that one, dude.
Oh, we're on the same page for a second.
I think I'm completely deaf now. Anyways, this took place in Melvindale on August 20th, which was right. That was Friday. It was at the Play Atlantis. It was hosted by Pro Wrestling All-Stars president, the Human Amplifier, Steven Rivera. In the first match, Lamario Star defeated the Kenny Urban. Now, Lamario Star, he's one of your favorites.
Lamario Star is someone that needs to be around next time I make nachos because I could probably grate cheese on his abs.
Wow. Are you jealous much?
Yes, extremely. You don't get to have abs like that and hair. It's not fair. It's like God gave him all the stats that I should have got.
Why?
Because he has abs and hair and I do not.
Well, why should you have got those, though?
Because I want them.
Okay.
When I'm older, I have seniority on this planet. There we go.
Okay. All right. Anyways.
You wouldn't know anything about seniority. You're not a union person. In match number 2, Dante Kassan, Mikey Morner, and Justin Time took on Cobra Kai of Daniel Wolf, Top Gun, and Iron Eagle. Mikey Morner, Justin Time, and Dante Kassan won by DQ when Daniel Wolf intentionally gave a groin shot. And after the match was called, he assaulted the referee. After the match, Pro Wrestling All-Stars president barred the members of Cobra Kai from the venue and added the stipulation of champion versus champion match. If Cobra Kai interfered or even showed up to the match, Cobra Kai leader LJ Lawrence would be stripped of his Pro Wrestling All-Star Championship immediately on site.
I like LJ. We have the Pro Wrestling All-Stars of Detroit Cruiser Core Championship match with the Demon, who is the current champion. He is known as Olak, defeating the Passion Seeker, Darian Ultra.
Lamario Star, abs and hair. Josh, flabs and bear. Wow.
I kid.
Hi, Daddy Longlegs. Sounds like something I'm not allowed to say on OnlyFans anymore. Atlas Hightower took on
Josh's first favorite wrestler of all time.
Brutus Atwell in the last man standing match. When Hightower gave Brutus the bro cutter on the ring trailer, and Atwell couldn't get back to his feet by a 10 count.
Damn.
Atlas Hightower won. Now, to be fair, Atlas Hightower has a disadvantage in a last man standing match because he's just got more length of legs to be standing.
True. Is that why he's your first most favorite wrestler of all time?
Most favoritist ever.
True story then, huh?
The most true story. That is like Fox News, CNN level true story.
Well, I mean, at least you call them both out. At least you keep it equal. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
So the race to the top ladder match, Josh's fifth most favorite wrestler, top tier Tanner Nix defeats Sucker Free Rod Lee, Solo, and Kyler Coleman, along with sadistic Sean Lawhorn and Alex Van Zant, to getting to the top of the ladder and retrieving the race to the top briefcase. Pro Wrestling All-Stars Junior Heavyweight Champion Adam Effin Wick defeated Danny Astro and the Dominican Hercules Luis Casanova in a triple threat open challenge match when Wick pinned Danny Astro to retain the championship.
Yeah. Now, I will say it will be interesting to see who top tier Tanner Nix ultimately loses to when he turns in that briefcase. Can't wait to see that match. Congratulations to whoever enters that match as champion and leaves that match as champion. In the main event, champion versus champion special challenge match. Main event stipulation was if Cobra Kai shows up at the Play Atlantis, LJ will get stripped of his Pro Wrestling All-Stars Championship on site. As Pro Wrestling All-Stars Heavyweight Champion, the Karate Bad Boy, LJ Lawrence, took on half of the Tag Team Champions, Forever Young. LJ defeated him by disqualification for outside interference when the other half of the Tag Team Championships of the Popular People, Alex Van Zant, interfered in the match afterwards. Wow. You're going to go through all that to make it so that if he gets disqualified, he loses the belt, and then you interfere. That's wow. Now, the race to the top briefcase winner, top tier Tanner Nix, also joined the Popular People in a 3-on-1 attack on LJ Lawrence. And Tanner Nix nearly attempted to cash in on the briefcase. Nearly. When Atlas Hightower made the save for LJ Lawrence, scaring off the trio of Forever Young, AVZ, and Tanner Nix. Pro Wrestling All-Stars will be returning to the Play Atlantis on Friday night, September 3rd.
September 3rd. I thought you were going to do like All right. Anyways, so the Dread King said here that, well, first we'll go with the Guru. So the Guru said Atlas had to kick him in the swamp balls to get that bro cutter. Not cool, man. And then the Dread King says the new class of trained workers, so the kind promise, Solo, Star, Coleman, and Brutus, I think have shown everyone that hard work, focus, and leaning on your comrades can benefit those four And they're all on the King's list, basically. Ah, there we go.
I mean, if there's not a faction called the King's Men, I don't. What are we doing here?
Rasslin Rage. Live. Are you okay? Are you having a seizure over there? That's what you look like, bro.
Yeah.
Do you need anti-seizure medication, man? Are you all right?
No, I'm good. I think I'm good.
All right, I'm just checking because, wow. Anyways, then we had on the 21st. That's correct. So this one here was what day? The 20th? The Friday. So this would be Saturday, the 21st. Independence Pro Wrestling brought Grand Slam to Grand Rapids. Woo woo. That's correct. At the Vandermill Cider. Okay, so and if you've ever had any of their cider, they got some pretty good cider, by the way.
Jack, I went to McCollum's on Sunday, so Saturday, Friday. Days mean nothing anymore. I have went to McCollum's not today. I think it was yesterday. I drank all the cider, but still have donuts, so it was yesterday.
Okay. Wow, man. You sound like you're old. So, Jack Price. This sounds like it was the first match, right? Jack Price goes to a no contest, right? No contest against Felix Morio. Like a no contest in the first match? Damn.
I need to see that.
Right. What happened that it was a no contest? You know what I mean?
Right. LaDon Sanders took on Aaron Keisler. LaDon Sanders walks away with the win.
So I seen a promo today. LaDon Sanders did, and I think it's for it's something on September 3rd. I don't know what show. Huh?
FU?
Yeah, I think it was FU Wrestling. So yeah. And LaDon Sanders, he's talking about clapping some cheeks.
Yup.
And he's talking about not getting any kind of consent. So I don't know what's going to happen, but
I believe he told you what's going to happen.
Boo to Kyler Coleman and clap them cheeks to LaDon Sanders. Moving on.
It's going to be fantastic. We had Terry Von Avery taking on Forever Young. That would have been an interesting match. And Terry Von Avery pinned Forever Young. There you go.
Ooh. Vincent Nothing pinned Josh Raymond. Well-seasoned veteran, by the way.
The tag team champions of Gracefully Chosen took on Brutus Atwell and Kyler Coleman. Gracefully Chosen comes up with the win.
Now, I believe Gracefully Chosen are in this list, are they not? If I'm not mistaken, they're one of your favorite. They're some of your favorites.
Gracefully Chosen is actually extremely talented.
I agree.
It sucks that for the people that got out of wrestling school right before COVID, you know, it sucks because they were just starting to pick that heat up, and they were going around with Truth Martini, and we got to see a lot of them at BCWA. And then COVID. So they're doing a good job, though, of keeping their name out there, and they're having great matches after COVID. It's just hard to get steam up and going, especially when now you got a lot of iffy stuff going on. It's hard for them, but they're amazingly talented. They're an extremely great tag team. They work together well. They just need to get away from top-tier Tanner Nix and Jason Page.
Truth. It's Jason Notch. Hotch. Officially changed.
Punk. Jason Punk.
Punk. Jason Punk. I like that. Anyways, moving on. Jeremiah Goldmain, Josh's sponsor, that's right, defeated Jimmy shall win by DQ. And by the way, I know this, sir. I just would like to know exactly how it, what happened to get to that point where it was no contest.
I thought you were talking about the clapping cheeks part. I didn't know if anyone had given you the talk. You have 2 kids, so I figured someone would have.
Yeah. All right.
The Michiana champion Derek Wolf took on Jamal King and Adam Effin Wick. Derek Wolf ends up defeating both of them. Almost positive he pinned Jamal King because he's not pinning Adam fucking Wick. Not happening.
I don't know what happened there. I believe you can catch these episodes on their YouTube channel.
YouTube.
So check them out. I mean,
who has time to watch anything on YouTube? Oh, crap. Besides the greatness of Rasslin Rage, hit the thumbs up.
And Michigan Independent Weekly.
It's the same channel. Am I fired?
What am I going to do with you people, man?
I don't know.
Y'all drive me insane. One of these days, I'm just going to be like, fuck all you people. But anyways, do not forget, you can get Rasslin Rage T-shirts on ProWrestlingTees.com/Rasslin Rage. Don't forget to follow Happy Harper over there on Facebook at Happy Harper Ice Cream. Don't forget to check out Jeremiah Goldmain, Josh's sponsor, on Facebook as well. Don't forget to check out BCWA. And while you're at it, go down in the description and check out all of our social media as well as IPW and Pro Wrestling All-Stars. Their information's down there. I don't think I have Independence Pro Wrestling's YouTube down there. I think I need to edit my file and put that in there. So, Josh, I don't know when the next show that I'll be at is. Probably September 3rd. I'll have to put in for a day off.
September 3rd, FU Wrestling.
Then we got September 11th, XICW.
XICW in Standish. I know I've got bought my tickets over a year ago. Finally getting to go to Horror Slam on September 1st. That's Horror Slam versus GCW on September 1st, Wednesday. And then, we got FU Wrestling on September 3rd. I know there's 4 shows coming up this weekend.
Thanks.
But I also already know I have to work every freaking day this weekend.
You already know that?
Yup.
Did you have to work this weekend?
Yup.
So did I.
Stupid bills.
Money's cool.
If we could just possibly, just throwing this out there, Dread King, if you could come and give one good chop to the plant manager, I'm pretty sure I could get a weekend off. Get him hard enough, it might be a paid weekend. More than likely, it's an unpaid weekend. And the week after that. And the week after that.
Right, absolutely. All right.
IWR, RPW, and Mr. Chainsaw Pro Wrestling. That's just the Dread King Logan, where I know he's going to be in this Scrizamble. That's going to be a good one. I know that RPW show on Friday night, I believe it is. You would think I would know that off the top of my head. Let me double check that real quick because they are having some amazing matches at Bump in the Night, which is Friday night, August 27th. Doors open at 6. Takes a little over 2 hours to get there, doesn't it?
Somewhere, yeah. Is that the one they're doing with the ICW or whatever?
No, the ICW RPW show is October 1st.
Right on, right on. Well, we'll talk more about the shows coming up this weekend on our other podcast, show, YouTube thing, whatever you want to call it, Michigan Independent Weekly. That's what it's for. Rasslin Rage is the results and a little bit of talk, and MIW is where we go over the shows coming up for that weekend.
something we used to cover that used to be covered on Rasslin Rage. I know we haven't talked about the feds in a long time, but we gotta talk about the elephant in the room. Okay? First off, I need to bring up the fact that anyone that says that Brock Lesnar coming back with his pretty princess haircut is on par or greater than CM Punk coming back is an idiot or being paid by Vince McMahon. That's the first off. Like, people are talking about, oh, well, this video has so much more views. Yeah, and how many bots did WWE pay for? There's no way. No way. But anyways, Friday night, CM Punk comes back. Were you watching?
Did you stay up to watch that?
Stay up to... I'm not an old person. I stay up to like 11:30.
Well, I stayed up just to watch Punk come back.
What did you think?
I genuinely like. Okay, first of all, let me just say this: I'm not a huge Punk fan. Okay, I never really watched a lot of his stuff. I'm going to be honest. I have watched some of his early work in Ring of Honor.
Okay.
All right, I watched him versus Daniel Bryanson. But the general the message that I got from his whatever his speech or whatever you want to call it, promo, whatever, is that he wants to work with a lot of these younger guys in the locker room, and he wants to leave professional wrestling a little bit better than when he left. And he wants to help out some of the guys in the back while he does it. And awesome. Guys back to wrestle. Cool. But so I put out a post today, right? Because it was just something I was watching a lot of I was on my Facebook today and I seen people saying shit, yada yada. And there was somebody was like, oh, Vince McMahon made a split decision or automatically made a decision after Punk premiered, and that he hired Brock either that day or the day after just because of CM Punk. And I'm like, okay, that's an opinion, right? That's an opinion. That's not fact, bro. And it brought me back to this whole thing where fans, as we're fans, right? And we're nothing better. We're not, you and I, we're not trained or anything like that. And neither is half the fucking people we know, right?
Right.
For us to state and for one of us to say, hey, this promoter did this and this and this because of this and this. We don't fucking know any of that. We don't know any of this. We're not supposed to know that shit. It's not a fact to state shit like that as a fact and then have argument over it. It just fucking retarded to me, dude. And I'm just like, why? Or excuse me, it's not retarded. Let me take that back. It's stupid. All right. I shouldn't have said that. Take that back. All right. I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. It slipped. But it's stupid. It really is stupid. Right? And I just don't understand. I don't understand people sometimes and why they come up with these things and then argue about it online. Like it's fact. You know what I mean? It's one thing. Okay, so Josh, we know that the Dread King Logan won the Pro Wrestling All-Stars Championship. That's a fact. We know that. That's a fact. Why he lost it, we don't know. Right? Or anything in professional wrestling for that matter. We don't know what goes on. It's not, who the fuck are we? We're just fucking fans. Just watch the fucking wrestling and go boo, yay, and pay the fucking money and go home.
That's the way I like it, honestly. I like when you get too much into this is why this happened. it messes with the story. Good wrestling tells a story. And that's part of what, when I was younger, you know, my mom, my aunt, and my grandma had Guiding Light, Days of Our Lives, and The Young and the Restless. Me, my uncle, and my grandpa had wrestling. And it tells a story. And that's the story that I wanted to know when I was younger, and we didn't have internet, and I never paid attention to any of the magazines that told you the backstory stuff. In my head, like, Undertaker was a dead man. I believed that longer than I believed in a lot of the stuff that little kids stopped believing in. I don't know who's watching, so I'm not going to give any specifics, but, you know, like, I believed that for a long time because that's the story that they portrayed. I love the story of wrestling. And when you start getting into the backstage of it, you know, now that I'm older and you go back and find out, okay, well, in this match, Ultimate Warrior lost because he was trying to do contract negotiations for more money. Oh, okay. Well, that sucks, you know. I liked the story that they originally put on there.
Yeah, but you still remember that.
Right. But
I mean, it's not as bad as like if you're watching like current stuff, right?
Right.
You know, whatever. I don't know if you watch WWE or not. I don't. You know, I don't really watch AEW either. I just really watch indie wrestling, really. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, you shouldn't watch it. Whatever. Watch whatever the fuck you want. Cool, right? If you like wrestling, watch what you want. But at the same time, like, why are we trying to have an argument about the stuff behind the curtain?
Right.
Why?
I'll argue all day about the stuff that happens in the ring.
Right.
Behind the curtain. If it's not presented to me, it's not my business.
And you know, there's another one that chaps my ass. You ready? I told you I was a little fucking pissed about something today, but this is like something outside of this. And this is, I usually don't talk about stuff like this because I try to keep it legit because I'm just a fan. And you know, I'm not special. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trained, you know, whatever. I know what I like as a fan. Put it that way. Anyways, I hate when fans call each other marks. I fucking hate it because it's stupid. They use it as a derogatory term. And yes, it can be used in a derogatory term, but that's not what it's meant. That's not the word. You know what I mean? And
right.
It just drives me mad. Like, you're a fan, just like the rest of us, dude. Why are you trying to put down somebody else that likes something different than you? It's just fucking wrestling. Watch it, like it, go home. That's it. You don't like it, watch something else.
I mean, when it comes down to it, there's a pretty clear line for the most part. Yeah, there's some blurring. But for the most part, there's a clear line. There is wrestlers and there is not wrestlers. Mm-hmm. We can report on wrestlers. We can become friends with wrestlers. We can talk to wrestlers outside of wrestling. Me and you are not wrestlers. So technically, that would make everyone not a wrestler or mark. But to use it as in a slur like that, when, dude, if you're saying it, you're probably one too. Mm-hmm. Doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But I mean, like with CM Punk coming back, they were saying it's the worst kept secret in the history of wrestling. Everybody knew. That arena sold out because they knew Punk was coming back. But imagine if that would have happened and no one knew. Like, they were comparing it to when Edge came back for the Royal Rumble. Well, Edge tweeted that, hey, I'm coming back tonight. You know, we were doing Rasslin Rage, and I was sitting here like, okay, yep, yep, cool. Are we done? And then hurried up and got on there because I wanted to see him come back for the Royal Rumble. We all knew, but in a world where we didn't know, back when it was just, like, do you remember watching WCW and seeing Scott Hall and Kevin Nash? Did you know that was going to happen? You just sat there and you went, what? What about when Shane McMahon was on Monday Night Nitro?
Oh, man. My heart dropped.
And I remember, so at the time, Monday Night Nitro was channel 36 for me. And Monday Night Raw was channel 38, and I had a recall button on my remote, and I just sat there flicking back and forth, going, Shane's on the screen, Vince is on the screen, Shane's on the screen, Vince is on the screen. I didn't know what was going on, and I loved that. The internet has done a lot of stuff to make the world a better place, but it's a lot harder to keep secrets and stuff like that. That kind of sucks.
Right.
But when you get people that have the pure emotion, like some people are making fun of him, and that's stupid, but that guy that was crying when Punk came back,
Yeah.
pure emotion, happiness. He's overwhelmed. He's excited. That was beautiful. That's what wrestling is supposed to be. When you get people where a wrestler takes a bad hit, whether it is a bad hit or it just looks like a bad hit, and you're sitting there and you're just wanting them to get up. Maybe it was an amazing sell. Maybe they're both fantastic wrestlers. Maybe something went wrong, but that feeling you get in the pit of your stomach of, oh God, get up. That's what wrestling is. I love that.
Me too. The pure raw emotion, dude. That's what makes it for me. That's what I love about indie wrestling. So that's why I'm not, I watched WCW back in the day, and I mean WWE when I was a kid, WWF, and later on WWE again for a while, and then I just kind of grew out of it, and I was like, I don't like it anymore. Like after you go to a bunch of indie wrestling shows, for me, I was just like, I'd rather go to an indie show than even watch something on TV. Just the way I am. But
the way I always put it to be, I completely agree with you, because it's the interaction that you get with the wrestlers. No matter how much I scream at the TV, Roman Reigns isn't going to hear me. If I spend $1,300 to sit in row one and I scream at Roman Reigns, there's a good chance he's going to ignore me. If I pay the $15 to go to an indie show and I start with other fans to chant that Cody Deaner is a wiener, he's going to react.
did I tell you about the other? Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you. You know how Rhino has that podcast that he does?
Yes.
He had Cody Deaner on the other day, and I jumped in there on the Facebook Live, and I said Deaner is a wiener. He knows who we are. He goes, Cody looks like a group of guys that go to that Malcolm and Rowe shows.
That's what I love about indie wrestling.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty it. That was good conversation we had there. There was something else I was going to say, but short-term memory loss sometimes.
The most right woman in Michigan had to point out Jack Swagger. Have I ever told you the Jack Swagger story?
No.
Okay. Back when Jack Swagger was first starting, remember how he used to have that real bad lisp?
Mm-hmm.
So we stood in line for hours at Ticketmaster, and we went to Royal Rumble, and we sat in row 6. And I made a big sign that said, "Say suffer and succotash Swagger." And as he was going down the ramp, he stopped and he turned and looked at me with my sign. And then he continued, got in the ring. And as he's getting in the ring, he turns and he looks at me with the sign and he does the match. I don't even remember if he won or not. But I do know as he was getting out of the ring, he turns, looks at me and goes, "Suffer and succotash." Sometimes you get that interaction. But we paid over $600 for those tickets.
Yikes.
And, it was Royal Rumble. We sat in row 6. I got to keep the chairs. But it was over $600 for those tickets. And there was one wrestler that gave us the kind of interaction, one time, that gave us the kind of interaction that you get almost every match at an indie show for $15.
So, remember when SmackDown used to be recorded and they had the fist? I sat like row 12, but I was right next to the aisle where they come out.
Okay.
And The Rock walked by me, dude, and I knocked over 2 kids just to get to him. Dude, I was like, ah! It was cool. Anyways.
Way back when, at McMorran Arena, WCW came there. Did you go?
No.
So WCW came there, and I know they had ICP, and they were talking about the fact that the Amazing Jekyll Brothers album was coming out soon, but they were at McMorran. Diamond Dallas Page was one of my favorite people, still one of my favorite people in WCW. And he comes out, and I'm little still, so they let me get right up by the railing. And at the time, they were testing out him being a bad guy.
Oh.
So at house shows, so he comes, like he's still a good guy on TV, but he comes out and starts talking all this crap about Port Huron to get the crowd to boo him. And I felt personally attacked. Like, he doesn't like Port Huron for some reason. And during the match, he got thrown against the railing, and I smacked him in the back of the neck and then ducked down and ran away. So he turned around to see who did it, and I'm gone like the wind. Years later, this was 3 years ago, I'm at Comic-Con. Diamond Dallas Page is there. And I told him that story. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry for hitting you in the back of the neck. And told him, he went, oh, that's okay. And went to go give me a hug and then smacked me in the back of the neck. We're even now.
That's great. Oh, that's a good one, dude. That's a good one. I like that. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us. And we will see you back here on Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. for Michigan Independent Weekly. Boy, oh boy, am I tired. It is time for bed because I've been working too damn much. You too?
Oh, yeah.
All
yeah.
Right. We'll see you guys
nice.
very, very soon. Well, wait, hold on. Let's see here. Kevin here says, Bruiser Bedlam, back in the day, fun to F with. Then you find he killed someone. Oh, that sucks. Have a great night, Cody. F you, Josh. Hey, Josh, where are you going on September 3rd?
F you!
Oh, that's right.
And hey, you know what? If you want to say F you, just remember, it's hashtag Cody's fault.
Oh, we were past that.
Nope, never.
Oh, man. All right. Anyways, you guys have a good night. Smash the thumbs up. Please subscribe and all that other good jazz. We are out of here.
It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. We're doing now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is